Welcome to the Speed Mingle TV network.
Welcome back, discerning individuals, to 21st Century Dating Decoded, the official podcast of the Speed Mingle network. I am your host, Dawn, and I am prepared to conduct an examination of the contemporary romantic landscape. It must be acknowledged that if one has utilized a dating application, be it Hinge, Bumble, or the expansive platform of Tinder, a discernible shift has recently become apparent. The previous era of the impeccable, meticulously curated digital persona, characterized by individuals presenting as models, global travelers, or cryptocurrency financiers, is demonstrably receding. The rigid, aspirational presentation is fading into the periphery. The Instagram face, that perfectly symmetrical, filter-smoothed aesthetic, is fortunately in decline. The perfectly illuminated, heavily edited photograph depicting a solitary ascent of a mountain peak is being supplanted by the agreeably indistinct kitchen self-portrait, often featuring disheveled hair and a favored, marginally stained collegiate garment. Furthermore, the rigid, frequently impractical set of prerequisites, the non-negotiable, must be 6 feet tall, must adhere to vegetarianism, must achieve a 6-figure income, is not merely being relaxed, it is undergoing complete disintegration. Today, we shall delve into a profound societal and cultural reformation concerning the pursuit of companionship. We have designated this consequential event the metamorphosis of modern courtship. We are observing a significant movement away from the fatigued, burdensome period of the hyper-curated, photoshopped personality, and an assertive acceleration toward a new epoch we are characterizing as radical authenticity. What is the practical manifestation of this shift? In this critical installment, we will analyze 2 significant 2026 trends that are fundamentally reshaping both the digital interface and prospective interactions. Truecasting, the intentional reveal. This represents a calculated strategy by single individuals to deliberately feature their more mundane interests, such as competitive ornithology or an affinity for organizing financial spreadsheets, and their unpolished reactions, with the specific intent of filtering out those who are not seeking their genuine self. The objective is to secure a substantive compatibility, not merely an interlocutor who appreciates one's digital enhancements. We will review the statistical evidence indicating how this approach substantially elevates long-term compatibility metrics. Curveball crushing, breaking the typecast. This explores the phenomenon wherein the highly accomplished urban professional develops a profound connection with the provincial sourdough artisan whose internet access is intermittent, and why the carefully constructed, comfort zone definition of your type may in fact be the paramount obstacle to overcoming solitude. We will furnish a 3-step exercise designed to dismantle one's self-imposed typecast this week. This constitutes more than a transient phenomenon, it is a fundamental reassessment. Please secure your preferred auditory devices, activate the Do Not Disturb function on your mobile telephone, and maintain focus. It is time to discontinue performing for anonymous individuals on the internet, and finally commence engaging with the person who is genuinely intended for you. Let us commence the discussion regarding the truecasting phenomenon. Modern courtship is presently undergoing a profound and necessary evolution, shifting decisively away from the meticulously constructed digital personae that characterized the nascent online era, and toward an imperative for genuine relational connection. The formidable pressure to project an idealized self is being supplanted by a liberating acceptance of sincerity, a discernible trend designated as truecasting. Digital exhaustion and the emergence of truecasting. For over a decade, online dating was dominated by the pursuit of ostensible flawlessness. Digital profiles were frequently and meticulously curated, featuring heavily filtered photographs and narratives artfully polished to suggest an existence devoid of adversity. This prolonged period of hypercuration has precipitated a widespread collective fatigue. The onerous requirement to maintain an illusion of perfection is now yielding to a potent demand for authenticity. This development constitutes the fundamental nature of truecasting. Truecasting, the embrace of the intricate, unadulterated self. Truecasting represents a philosophical and methodological divergence from the aspirational paradigm of online self-representation. It is a deliberate commitment to discard carefully constructed digital alter egos and to present one's actual, complex, and inherently imperfect self. Rather than a highlights reel engineered for superficial attraction, users are prioritizing radical candor, sharing their authentic idiosyncrasies, minor vulnerabilities, and the unvarnished realities of their quotidian lives. This progression is motivated by a deep-seated disillusionment with pretense and a powerful aspiration for a species of authenticity that can successfully penetrate digital superficiality. It is a tacit repudiation of the continuous, anxiety-inducing compulsion to embody an unattainable, idealized version of oneself. Salient components and implications of the truecasting trend. Unfiltered visual integrity. Users are intentionally uploading natural, unposed photographs that may feature less than optimal lighting or unconventional angles. The objective is an accurate depiction and relational honesty, thereby transferring the basis of attraction from visual misrepresentation to substantiated reality. Integration of the mundane and the niche. Biographical sections now incorporate details previously deemed excessively ordinary, niche, or unrefined. This includes self-deprecating narratives, intense personal interests, even those considered peculiar, or candid discussions of antecedent relational challenges and the resultant insights. This proactively invites connection predicated upon shared human experience. A refined compatibility filter. True casting functions as a potent, self-selecting mechanism for compatibility. By maintaining transparency regarding their intrinsic personality, lifestyle, and values, including the less conventional dimensions, users ensure that any successful connection is attracted to who they are, not who they purport to be. This honesty immediately cultivates trust and establishes a robust foundation for more substantive, enduring partnerships. The failure of curation and the cost of perfection. The decline of the hyper-curated profile is a direct consequence of widespread dissatisfaction within the sphere of virtual dating. The most frequent causal factor is the in-person discrepancy. The moment a user encounters a prospective partner who bears minimal resemblance to their digital profile in terms of appearance, demeanor, or personality, this jarring incongruity between the digital promise and the physical reality instigates immediate disappointment, a perception of deceit, and an erosion of confidence in the platform. Furthermore, sustaining an impeccable online image is psychologically taxing. The relentless effort to post solely complimentary content and to compose witty, aspirational summaries leads to debilitating performance anxiety and emotional burnout. True casting offers a liberating, therapeutic alternative, an opportunity to relax into one's inherent identity and to prioritize genuine emotional resonance over the arduous pursuit of superficial perfection. Embracing the unexpected. The phenomenon of curveball crushing, evolving concurrently with true casting, is the related counter-trend of curveball crushing, the deliberate choice to engage in courtship outside of one's established type or rigid list of prerequisites. Historically, daters frequently adhered to restrictive criteria, e.g., specific physical descriptions, defined professional classes, or precise geographical parameters. Curveball crushing explicitly rejects this restrictive, checklist-driven methodology. Instead of a rigid profile focused exclusively on attributes such as physical appearance or professional trajectory, users are consciously prioritizing affective resonance, shared fundamental values, emotional maturity, a compatible approach to life, and the intangible rapport that sustains genuine interest. Illustrative examples of curveball crushing. A highly methodical corporate consultant develops a profound connection with a nomadic, free-spirited musician, discovering a valuable counterpoint to their structured existence. A dedicated urban dweller establishes a deep, enduring affinity with a quiet, rural farm proprietor, finding an unanticipated sense of peace. An introverted cerebral artist discovers surprising and sustaining congruence with an extroverted, risk-tolerant adventurer, fostering a vital equilibrium. This openness is a logical derivative of true casting. When individuals are forthright about their essential selves, they inherently appeal to a broader, more diverse spectrum of potential partners who connect with their true character, irrespective of conventional typecasting. Curveball crushing challenges obsolete preconceptions of compatibility, exponentially augmenting the prospects for love that transcends superficial judgments, and demonstrating that authentic connection is frequently discovered in the unanticipated. The future trajectory of digital courtship. The joint emergence of true casting and curveball crushing signals a profound and advantageous transition toward a more authentic, human-centric, and ultimately more meaningful methodology for establishing partnerships online. This dual movement constitutes a collective repudiation of the superficiality and performance culture that characterized the early years of dating applications, and a passionate affirmation of vulnerability, imperfection, and the simple truth of one's lived experience. While the idealized profile may persist, the cultural emphasis is shifting decisively. The future of online courtship is less focused on marketing an aspirational image and more concerned with cultivating genuine mutual understanding and fostering profound emotional connection. By collectively embracing honesty and allowing their true, complex selves to be perceived, users are actively creating a digital dating environment that is more inclusive, more varied, and significantly more predisposed to foster enduring, authentic, and truly compatible relationships. We are currently observing a definitive cultural transformation. The era of highly curated perfection in dating has concluded. The exhaustive necessity of presenting an airbrushed, digital facade is now obsolete. Contemporary individuals engaged in courtship are increasingly rejecting these digital personas in favor of genuine, sustainable authenticity. The principal insights derived from this societal shift are encapsulated in two fundamental methodologies. True casting, the deliberate act of publishing an authentic, unembellished representation of one's actual life. This serves as a direct counterpoint to the highlight reel, acting as a proactive measure against the disappointment resulting from meeting an individual whose online presence is misleading. Whether it involves a photograph of a culinary failure or a disorganized remote work setting, TrueCasting prioritizes honesty. Curveball crush. The intentional acceptance of attraction toward an individual who does not conform to one's predetermined written criteria. Empirical data consistently indicate that the most enduring and successful long-term partnerships are frequently established outside the restrictive, narrowly defined parameters implemented within application filters. Authenticity constitutes the paramount, most efficacious, and most appealing attribute in 2026. This paradigm shift does not imply a reduction in standards. Rather, it signifies a redefinition of inherent worth. Individuals should cease the endeavor to be an ideal presentation for a stranger, and instead commit to being their singular self, their authentic, unfiltered, and unique persona, for the appropriate partner who will value their distinctiveness. The optimal version of oneself is the one that successfully navigates the initial encounter. So let me take a moment to tell you about Speed Mingle. Speed Mingle is strategically positioned to effectively manage this emergent era of courtship. Our platform furnishes a comprehensive suite of tools specifically engineered to mitigate emotional risk and maximize opportunities for authentic engagement, guiding users beyond indiscriminate swiping towards substantive relationships. Our commitment involves providing a diversified portfolio of asset classes for connection, thereby preventing users from concentrating all of their emotional investment in a singular approach. Speed Mingle is currently redefining digital courtship through 4 distinct, deliberate, and streamlined modalities. Speed Mingle Anywhere, currently available, facilitates authentic, face-to-face video interactions from a user's private setting, effectively surmounting the inherent limitations of anonymous swiping. Speed Mingle Social, launching this week in select markets, offers relaxed, non-hosted weekly convenings at established local establishments for spontaneous, informal interactions. Speed Mingle Happenings, in real-life events currently operating in your locale. These meticulously organized, dynamic, activity-based events are structured to cultivate organic engagement without reliance on conventional superficial conversation. Speed Mingle One-to-One, launching spring 2026, provides personalized, low-pressure meetings with local individuals whose pre-vetted interests ensure an efficient path toward fundamental compatibility. A successful relational portfolio is invariably predicated upon intentionality and genuine connection. I am Dawn, and this has been 21st Century Dating Decoded. We broadcast weekly, systematically analyzing the complexities of contemporary romance, technology, and interpersonal connection. Follow and subscribe to ensure you do not miss any future segments. Listen on our podcast platforms. Locate your preferred platform match on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, or Deezer. Watch on our new Speed Mingle TV network. Access the podcast content on YouTube, Roku, and Fire TV by searching for Speed Mingle TV Network within the Apps and Games interface, and the HRB TV Network, our parent company's dedicated channel. If you valued this episode and found our discourse on abandoning prescribed dating narratives informative, please consider the following actions. Activate the subscription button immediately. Provide a 5-star review to assist other listeners in discovering our program. Share this information with an acquaintance who continues to utilize an outdated, poorly illuminated headshot, enhanced with an expired digital filter. Forward the link. Their future romantic prospects will be appreciative. Furthermore, we encourage you to secure your reservation at an upcoming Speed Mingle event in your vicinity. Take the initiative and mix, match, and mingle to enhance your social portfolio. Thank you for your viewership of 21st Century Dating Decoded. Until our subsequent episode, remain deliberate, maintain protection, and consistently date with a defined purpose.
Thank you for listening and watching on the new
Speed Mingle TV Network.